What's up, guys? Look who I got again. Look who I got again.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, Fin fans? So, I got my boy TD back on the channel. You guys have been asking for it. He's live streaming on his channel, so if we have mutual subscribers, you're already seeing this stuff raw and uncut. So, hope you guys enjoy. This is going to be a long video because we got a lot to discuss. If you could tell from the title, me and TD are going to be talking about the future and where the Dolphins are going to go from here after that Viking loss. Playoff potential, you know, head coach cutting, player signing. So, but the first thing we're going to talk about real quick is the fact that Xavien Howard is the only Miami Dolphin to go into the Pro Bowl.
That's all right, though. He made it.
He deserves it. He hands down. Even with him missing 2 games, this dude deserves it. Like he's the backbone of this defense.
X made the Pro Bowl, baby. That's crazy though. He is the only Miami Dolphin to make it. You know, no Tunsil.
Right.
You know, not even any Minka consideration. But hey,
I think with the injuries coming down the pike, and especially with playoff teams, we might see Minka get in there. Maybe even Tunsil. But like,
injuries, you think, or replacement?
Yeah.
Tunsil before Minka, but yeah, that's crazy. Tunsil isn't in regardless.
Yeah, right. Like I think he gave up 2 sacks all season, and that's
that had to happen this week then. This week.
I think one of them was on him. I think so, and then that.
Oh, Tunsil, you just missed the cut.
Right?
This did it to you, man.
Let's jump right into my first little tidbit I want to talk about: making the playoffs. We could still make the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's still a possibility. You know, we got to beat the Jags, which is very likely. You know, we're 7-1 at home or 6-1 at home. You know, we're a different team at home, and then we got the
definitely beat the Jags. There's no question about it, man. I mean, all they have on their team is a defense. So, and I guess that's not saying much because we struggle on offense. But at the end of the day, there's no reason why we should lose to the Jags. We should definitely beat them.
And then we got Then we're going up to Buffalo, so and then that's
the tough one.
That's the tough one. If we would have won last week against the Vikings, we potentially could have clinched with next week's win, man. So essentially, for the Dolphins to make the playoffs, one of the scenarios is they have to be in a 4-way tie with the Ravens, Colts, and Titans. Then they have a better conference and they can make the playoffs. Do you honestly see? Well, week 17, the Colts play the Titans, so it's a possibility. But do you see, like, the Colts losing to the Giants, or do you see, like, the Ravens are playing the Chargers, so it is a possibility there, but it's the Colts that worry me. What are your thoughts on that?
The Giants can beat the Colts. Mm-hmm. Whether they're going to do we know if that game is on the road, or?
I think the Colts are home.
I mean, it's just going to be tough, man, to be honest with you. We have 4 scenarios to get in. We already know the best one is us winning out, Patriots losing out, and we get a home game in the playoffs.
Which
the other 3 scenarios, one of them is very favorable, and that's the one that you just mentioned. Mm-hmm. Then there are also some other scenarios, but again, it will take at least 1 or 2 upsets based off a current record. So
with I saw someone with the Steelers potentially losing some, and then them getting in the mix because then the Ravens will take the division.
Yes. Basically, we have to tie all the way out with everyone.
Yeah.
Not far off from it. They just have to go. In some cases, they have to go 1-1, but in some cases, the team has to lose too. So it just depends. It's different scenarios, but we'll have definitive answers after this week, of course.
Definitely.
But it's so scrambled in the AFC right now. It's just ridiculous, man. They even got the Browns still have a possibility. So
now a lot of Dolphin fans, especially like that comment on my channel, I don't know if they comment on yours, say like when I bring up we still have a chance for the playoffs. A lot of them say like, what's the point? So
that for the life of me, it kills me. Mm-hmm. Every time I hear what's the point, it literally kills me. It's like, are you a fan or what? Your goal should be to watch more and more and more football and see your team more and more.
Exactly.
And I don't want to hear all we do is win enough to get a bad draft pick. Mm-hmm. So what's the Patriots' excuse?
Or the Steelers?
They have talent.
Exactly.
They're good every year. So I don't want to hear that. You want to win. You want to see your team play as many games as possible and have a chance at the dance.
Exactly. Because my point is, because a lot of people say tank to get better draft picks. But it's not about where you pick, it's about who you pick.
Exactly. It's who you pick, because we have, I mean, as of late, I actually like the direction our front office has been going with the picks.
Yeah.
I can see the progress that we're making on that front, but we're still cleaning out for Philbin.
Yeah,
Stuff from the past, and people get too eager to have the best team now, not realizing the decisions we made in the past have set us back.
So with coaching, right? Obviously, me and you are on the same page. Matt Burke's got to go. He's incompetent. You know, it is what it is. Now, what's your thoughts on the coaching staff in general? Who's got to go? Who would you like to stay?
Matt Burke got to go. We already know that. Okay,
yeah, definitely.
He got to go. No, in the discussion. Okay, Matt Gase is good. I mean, the entire coaching staff, in my opinion, is good. Other than Matt Burke, I don't see any changes. Adam Gase is still a young coach. I look at film and I notice that his schemes and his plays are actually pretty good. Now, his play calling, I'm not a fan of whatsoever. But I like what he's trying to do. I just don't like the fact that he doesn't know how to adjust mid-game yet, consistently at least. But I can't say that's enough to write this guy off.
Yeah,
I just can't. So Burke's the only one out of the coaching staff that has to get up out of here.
See, for what I would do, obviously Burke's gone, and what I would bring in is a defensive coordinator that was a head coach.
Todd Bowles?
Yeah, Todd Bowles. You could bring Vance Joseph back. You know, bring these guys back who have been head coaches and were successful D-core. Stop taking secondary coaches, linebacker coaches, D-line coaches from the Bengals. Leave the Bengals alone, man. Like, go. I'd also bring in an offensive coordinator and have Gase give over play calling. Like,
we have an offensive coordinator. That's the crazy thing about it.
The fourth preseason game, our offensive coordinator called that whole game, and look how well this team did. Like, Adam Gase needs to focus on the team. Like, he's good at what he does, but he tries to outsmart himself too much. It's 4th and 1, and he's like, oh, they're expecting the run. Let me do a rollout. You know, just give it to Gore and pound the rock.
You're right. I think he's limiting his availability to other needs, exactly. like defensive line, coaching the coaches. His job should be coaching the coaches all day, every day. But I don't think our organization is ran that way. GM's coaching the head coach, the coach coaching the coaches, you know, all the way down. I don't think we have that organization. Yeah. I just think everybody do your job. If it's not turning out, we fire you. If it is, let's keep rolling.
We're talking about where do we go from here with this Dolphin team, right? So the Dolphins just signed defensive tackle Kendrick Norton off of the Panthers practice squad. He was a UM D tackle, good up-and-comer. They also have D. Delaney on practice squad, another good up-and-comer cornerback. We got Micah Fitzpatrick. We got Xavien Howard. We have Kalen Ballage, who just ripped the Vikings. We got all these young. This draft that we just had, I think is probably one of our best, because Baker's doing great, Sanders is doing great, Ballage is doing great, Fitz is doing great. We got 4 starters, which to me, 4 starters in a draft, success. Gesicki's struggling, Smythe is struggling. I don't even think Poling made the team, but other than that, this team is thriving with these rookies.
Xavien Howard, a lot of these guys, man, and not just the rookies, but the sophomores and juniors. I mean, if you look at the roster, not just the 22, 23, 24-year-olds, but the youth all through the locker room. Devontae Parker, Jakeem Grant, Kenyon Drake, Ballage,
Albert Wilson.
We'll talk about Bolden, Albert Wilson. See, I mean, the youth is there for us. It's exciting. I mean, Tunsil.
Yeah.
You can't forget he's still young. Juwan James. You talk about all these guys that are young. Bobby McCain is in crazy age. Xavien Howard. Micah Fitzpatrick.
Vincent Taylor. Gachow.
Yeah, the future is in here infused, and I see the direction that we're going. But we're at that last phase of the older players phasing out, like your Rashad Jones eventually, your Cameron Wakes. Even Quinn has more time with us, depending on his contract in the offseason. If we re-up or not, or if he renegotiates, that's going to be interesting. But so the youth and the talent, I love what we're doing. We have it. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
We're here. And that's why I'm excited about the future, man.
exactly. Because I saw that you were live streaming talking about cap and talking about like what could we do with cap. A lot of the cap that we can save, because we could be at about 65 million under the cap by get rid of these old aging vets that we're overpaying.
Well, I counted 68.4 million today, right? Opportunity. Yeah. That's getting rid of Andre Branch at 7 million.
Yep.
That's getting rid of Quinn and Rashad Jones, total 30 million right there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying get rid of these guys, but if you can go ahead and dump their contract and say, but we want you, let's renegotiate.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something that may be able to happen. Instead of giving Quinn 12 million and coming up, you know, and not having a great season, let's re-up 2 more years and let's make it 2 years, 13 million, 14 million?
Yeah.
You know, bring it down some. Allow us to do. You see, we have to prepare. See, no one's talking about the big fish that we have to prepare for. There's one player that we are about to prepare for his contract, and we cannot let him go, and that is Larry. Not X.
Oh.
Not yet.
Oh.
Larry Tunsil.
Yes.
People are forgetting. After next year, hey, Larry needs his money.
Yep.
We'd be fools to let Larry Tunsil go. And a left tackle is so expensive. We have to start game planning for that contract, then that contract.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's some contracts that'll be coming up.
Those could be the backbone. Like, obviously, X is going to be the backbone of the defense, and then you got to shore up that left tackle spot. And those are the two guys that are coming in contract years that we need to sign up, and we need to make sure they're staying with this. We can't pull another Lamar Miller, Olivier Vernon, Charles Clay situation.
No, and we can't pick up a 5th-year option on Tunsil. No, because then he's unrestricted after that. You redo the contract this offseason or early next season.
So being that we're talking about players and we're talking about, you know, holdouts and stuff like that, and we're talking about the future, you brought up Rashad Jones. Now, for me, hearing him say that he's being underutilized and he's not really playing the line and stopping the run, I don't blame the dude, because that's all on Matt Burke. Matt Burke, for...
Say that again?
Rashad Jones, essentially, I don't know if you saw there was an article where he was saying that he's being underutilized. He's not being used at the line of scrimmage to stop the run, which in the beginning of the season, he was great at that. Him and Mika being on the line was really stopping the run. And I think that all has to do with Matt Burke and how he's incompetent and he can't take the players and put them in the positions to succeed. So, like, what is your thoughts on Rashad?
Well, this is the one where I disagree with you, Doug.
Gotcha.
I disagree with you on that. Now, Matt Burke's just a bum, okay? Matter of fact, let's blame him anyway. This is one thing I actually can't call Matt Burke. Because I broke it down today. I really thought about it. And if you really think about it, TJ McDonald and Rashad Jones are both downhill safeties.
Yeah, the same players.
And in the box.
Yeah.
If you notice, we put TJ in the box recently and kept Rashad Jones back.
Yeah.
Now, TJ is very effective in the box, but TJ can't cover worth of nothing.
Nope.
So, given our recent defensive tackle problems, we need an extra man in the back. The better man in the coverage is Rashad Jones.
Yeah.
So, since they both are good in the box, let's put TJ in the box. Let Rashad Jones stay out because that's where we can maximize his production. It's not fair to say, but he's so explosive because TJ McDonald's actually played very well in the box.
Yeah.
He's played very well. He's made a lot of good run tackles in the box, a lot of good tackles for losses too. But it is unfair for Rashad Jones, and somebody said it today, one of the subscribers, and they were technically right. In this case, it's kind of selfish of Rashad Jones to say that he wants to be more in the box. He doesn't like his role right now.
Yeah.
Because you have to do what's best for the team.
Exactly.
If we put Rashad Jones in the box, and these teams are running 6- and 7-man offensive line, we're going to get killed in the secondary when we can use you. We can utilize you more out there. Yeah. So it's a catch-22. I love to see Rashad in the box, but given us losing our defensive tackles and the dynamic of the team, I actually think that was one of the adjustments that was appropriate. If we did keep him in the box, it would be even worse in that secondary. So it's just one of those give-and-take situations.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think that Rashad is our guy, but I personally feel like his days are numbered in Miami because of stuff like this.
And the Jets game, taking himself out.
Yeah, you know, for the record, too, he got pulled to the sideline.
Yeah.
When he was told to go back in, he refused.
Yeah.
And his days are numbered, man. I love Rashad, but, I mean, the writing's on the wall unless they're going to re-up his contract for a good deal. Now, they may keep him just because releasing him, they will take a cap hit. So if he's not traded, then I don't know if they would actually take that cap hit because he's still going to cost us about $7 million this year.
Yeah, supposedly it's like it would cost more for us to get rid of Rashad than to keep him.
So it's if they get a draft pick or asset, then I can see it happening. If not, then they're going to be stuck with them.
Yeah.
But we shall see, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, because like what I'm hearing is they really, really want Mika to be back there playing safety. They want him to be in the role that they're forcing Rashad to be in, and then you have to really think about the whole, Rashad and McDonald situation, because McDonald's only going to cost him about $4 million next year. His contract is super cheap next year, so then you really got to start thinking like.
Writing's on the wall. Writing is on the wall. And Minka was already brought in to be Rashad's replacement anyway. Rashad Jones going into his 11th season next year, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, at the end of the day, somebody asked me today, I mean, how long do you expect a safety 10 years in to play very well?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't think we have him on the back end of his career, then you've lost it,
And then you look at it's, and it sucks too because obviously me and you are older up in age-wise, so we've been watching the Dolphins forever, and it's the past decade, the stable of this defense has been Rashad Jones and Cameron Wake, and now it seems like their days are numbered with this team.
All good things must come to an end, and people have to realize that and not put their emotions in it. I mean, it hurts, Yeah. People still defending Rashad right now. It would be crazy to get rid of Rashad. I understand how you feel, but at the end of the day, at some point, you got to phase them out.
If someone's offering us a 2 for Rashad, I would pull the trigger. No one will because of the contract.
I was just about to say, if you can get a 2, that would be sweet.
And that's a lot of people were pissed that the Dolphins traded Jarvis Landry to the Browns for 4, but they didn't realize that he was already. It's the contract why we got a 4. If he wasn't, he was still on his rookie and he had 1 more year to go, we probably could have got two ones for him.
Yeah, now we got a 4 and a 7 for Landry.
Yeah,
we got a 7 for this year. The problem is the Lions are going to get it for us getting Akeem Spence.
Yeah,
we got him in that trade and we gave up that 7th, but it is conditional right now. But Landry, we weren't going to pick up $14, $15 million tab. I keep telling people you don't pay a receiver more than $10 million, nope. And I don't care how great they are, but. Look at our receiving core now. We got 6 players who are reliable. I'm not saying they're superstars, but isn't it funny how reliable they are now?
Yeah.
And people also aren't noticing we've already gotten Devontae Parker's replacement in Bryce Butler.
Yeah. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Bryce Butler, too.
Man, going up, leaping in the middle of the end zone.
Yeah.
Catching touchdowns. That's what we wanted to see out of Parker for the last 4 or 5 years. They already got the replacement, and people are not seeing that.
Now, and it's funny too because you look at the replacement, and my biggest replacement with Jarvis Landry is Albert Wilson, and Albert Wilson this year was exceeding expectations.
I've been saying this to everybody. His production as a Dolphin, if healthy, would have been greater than Landry's production as a Dolphin.
Exactly.
I said that earlier this season. If you go look at Jarvis Landry highlight video, you'll see he had 11 touchdowns for the Dolphins, all in the red zone, and you'd think he's a red zone threat, but every single one of them wide open or a pick play.
Yeah.
Wide open or pick play. Albert Wilson was the cheaper version and more explosive.
And I noticed that with when Landry was on the team, they were forcing the ball to Landry. So that's why he got his 100 catches. That's why he got his 1,000 yards. But he didn't get a lot of touchdowns. So Albert Wilson, every time that...
When he did, it was literally pick plays and broken down defenses. This man didn't go up and grab any catch. I don't care what you see him doing with the Browns here and there. He wasn't going up for us catching those bombs over people and doing this and that. Just wasn't happening.
We talked about the team. We talked about the coaches. Talked about the players. What is your mindset on the owner, Stephen Ross?
Still yet to be seen, man. I know one thing. We're going to have a lot to talk about his mindset this offseason. We're going to have a lot to talk about with his mindset this offseason. But I will tell you this. I know people keep on saying he hasn't made a decision yet, don't speak for him and this and that. But when you come to a head coach and you tell him keep your head up about 5 weeks ago, keep your head up, keep grinding, that's almost a pass for me. It's almost like saying, I understand your injuries, just keep on, grinding. Don't worry about it. These things happen. We'll get them next year. That's kind of what I heard out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to be cleaning house, letting Gates go, doing this and doing that. But Matt Burke got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt Burke needs to go, and for me, Tannenbaum needs to go. They need to bring a Bill Parcells type back and really, help with, because Ross has a hard time picking football people, and he has a hard time picking football players, because in this past draft, he wanted the Dolphins to trade down and take Lamar Jackson, but then Fitz was on the board, and they couldn't pass up Fitz.
Well, hold on. Tannenbaum does the draft or free agency?
Tannenbaum's more money and player personnel. So what I'm hearing is Greer controls the draft, and Greer controls free agency in an aspect, and Gase has complete control of the 53-man roster.
So I like Greer.
Yeah.
Then Tannenbaum, I don't even know what you're for.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your purpose?
I think Tannenbaum's more of like the contract negotiation.
Well, yeah, whatever. Come on, man. You're not doing anything.
Before we get to the comment of the day, I just want to talk to you because you are somewhat famous now. So, so obviously, if people don't know about TD, which is crazy because you got to know about TD, so when the Dolphins beat the Patriots with the Miami Miracle, he live streams every game. So if you don't know already, go over, check him out, subscribe. You probably already subscribed. He live streams every game. So he's live streaming the Patriots game, and I didn't watch it live. Obviously, I was watching the game. But when I watched it back, because I've live streamed the preseason games, and in the chat, they'll tell you, like, touchdown or whatever. And I saw you like, yo, you're trolling me. You're messing with me.
Yeah, man, because it was kind of weird because we're sitting there with 7 seconds. I'm telling everybody, we got 7 more seconds. Tannehill, hey, let's do it. I'm getting excited. But in reality, it's like, this is kind of impossible. But let me just be positive for my team no matter what. And I see TD. And I'm like, are they talking to me? And then it's like, touchdown. I'm like, okay, they're hoping we get a touchdown. Because it's a delay on the live stream. I have NFL Sunday Ticket. So it's delayed about a play and a half. So I'm literally like, they're like, oh my gosh, OMG, Dolphins just scored. And then the chat went blank. Nobody commented anything for like a good 30 seconds. So I guess they were celebrating, but I didn't know. Yeah. So I figured game over. But then people start commenting, game over. And I'm like, yeah, this is about to happen. Game is over. And then they're like, Dolphins win. I'm like, no, y'all troll. I'm like, no, I don't believe this. That's why I said on the video, no, I don't believe this. And then I watched, and I lost it, man. It was even with what people were saying, I could not have imagined that happening.
Yeah, man. And then so not only did that go viral, but then you were on Miami Dolphins official Twitter and their fan reaction video, and then you were on CBS Morning before the like how does that feel? Like what are you going through right now mentally?
It's pretty good, man. It was a crazy week. The Dolphins organization contacted me. Could they use the video? I said sure. Then next you know, I look up, I'm on their mesh up. That was pretty cool. And then after that, CBS is contacting me on Wednesday. And I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, the internet can be unforgiving. I'm like, this is one of those Patriots fans trolling, trying to get my address, trying to do that. And I'm literally, I believe the guy, but I'm going back and forth with the producer, Dan, and I'm saying, well, how can I prove that this is real?
Yeah.
Like that. And he had the actual head producer at CBS, the bigwig, contact me. And then I still didn't believe it. I had to call CBS. I said, can you put me through to Dan Ellis? They put me through, and I said, okay, it's the same voicemail. It's real. And I still was paranoid until they pulled up to my house around noon on Friday.
That's awesome.
Literally, they pulled up on noon on Friday. It was an amazing shoot. It was a lot of fun. And it was just a great experience seeing myself on TV. And after that, the Dolphins contacted me back, asked me if I was local, if I can be on Dolphin Daily, be the host there. So, I'm in Dallas, so I'm not local. They said, whenever you're down, just let us know, and we want to definitely have you try to host one of the shows. So that's something I have in the bank that'll be pretty cool to do as a life experience. So it's just been fun, man. I even got an email 10 minutes before we started about an opportunity with sports blogging and stuff, but we shall see. I don't know.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations on everything.
It's amazing, man. It's been pretty fun, man.
Yeah.
Except the Vikings beating us. That was depressing.
Right? You're on that high and then brought right back down to earth.
it turned into a normal day. Vikings beat us, and everything felt like it wasn't even high anymore. Yay! Oh, my gosh, man.
Oh, man. So, normally, I tell the guys, comment below. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of everything that me and TD were talking about. Let me know what you guys think of what the future holds for this team. And I'm going to get to one of your guys' comments. This one comes from Jose Gonzalez, and he asks us, which free agents should the Dolphins try to sign this offseason? So I'm going to, obviously, when this happens, we'll probably do another video together where we break down the free agents and names and specifics, because people are going to get cut that we don't know about. People are going to get released, traded, all that stuff. But when it comes to position, I honestly think with this free agency, they need to go after a top-notch corner, and they need to go after a top-notch defensive tackle. That's what I would like.
That's fair. I'm all for the top-notch corner. If we don't get a linebacker in the draft, I think we need to go for a top-notch linebacker. I'm on record. I know people are like, we need guards, top-notch. I'm on record. Hey, all we need is one at the same caliber as the one that we lost due to injury.
Yeah.
Because, we're going to be bringing him back. So we just need depth at those positions. But top-notch free agents, cornerback is definitely one for me. And I would have to say one guard, top-notch. I mean, spend money.
Yeah.
And talk about good contracts. So we brought in an impact player, you know?
Because if it's all in the trenches. If we can get pressure on the quarterback, then these corners don't have to cover the receivers for too long, and vice versa. If our quarterbacks can stay in the pocket longer and actually run the ball, we'll start scoring like crazy, and then we'll start winning.
And we blame our secondary, but no, look how long we require them to cover. It's ridiculous when every opposing quarterback you play has 5+ seconds to throw the ball.
I think the stat for this season, is the Dolphins have 30 missed sacks. And it's like they get to the quarterback and they just can't make the sack. And that kills.
Wake's getting held a lot, but hey, they're not calling it. I mean, crying ain't going to help. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we're just missing it. But it's these heavy lines. In the last 6 weeks against the Dolphins, every team has run 6 or 7 on the O-line.
Yep.
And what's even crazier, there's times where we're rushing 3 and we have 8. We have 8 in the secondary and still can't make the play. 8 in the secondary, Doug. You can't make it up. 8 in the secondary, and you still can't stop them from getting the 3rd and 9.
Right? They find that pocket, or someone blows a coverage.
The problem is we're not getting the pass rush. As soon as we start putting 5 men on the line of scrimmage, we will bring T.J. McDonald down to the line, is when the Vikings finally look like they were stalling. Yeah. Finally. 21 zipping. Then you want to make the adjustment? You should have made this adjustment 5 weeks ago when I was yelling at you through my screen, live streaming. Put 5 on the line. Yep. Gosh.
Held them to 3 points in the 3rd quarter and down 21-17.
Ridiculous, man. And then we went back to the ridiculousness.
Yep. Stop running the ball. That's
just a common theme, and it's ridiculous why we even stop running the ball consistently. But it's neither here nor there. It is what it is.
But like usual, guys, follow me and TD on Twitter. I'm going to put it right below us. Go check us out. We tweet all the time. Check out my second channel, The Bit Boys. We put video games out every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Give this video a thumbs up because we did it. We did another collab for you guys. We hope you guys enjoy it.
Yes.
Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to both of our channels. TD's channel and his previous video will be linked after in the end card. So be sure to subscribe to him if you're not already, because this dude, he's one of the coolest guys I've met on YouTube, hands down. Awesome dude. Go check him out. But other than that, like usual, guys, stay classy. Fins up.
Fins up, baby. Peace.